Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Craig Anthony, and today I want to talk about the importance of dieting and how that's going to help you achieve your goal in fitness. Okay, so this is a very general introduction to getting into a healthy lifestyle. Do what you need to do to get yourself on track and moving forward to what it is you're trying to achieve. And don't really focus so much on all the nitty-gritty stuff like counting your macros and counting your calories. That's for another day. But what I want you guys to do is to just at least get yourself moving in the right direction and take those, get started with taking those small steps to get yourself on track and make that part of your lifestyle, so that when it is a part of your lifestyle, taking on the next challenge, you'll be ready to take on that challenge because those first few steps are going to become a part of your lifestyle. You guys can, just to summarize, some of the things that you guys can do off the get-go is increase your water intake. Increase those meals a day from 3 massive meals to 6 smaller meals. Try to do that. Focus on putting more vegetables on the table and less sugar in your diet. Try to reduce how much caffeine you're putting in your body, and let's go from there. So when I say not setting yourself up for failure, what I mean is progressively adding things into your diet and achieving those goals and then moving forward thereafter. So my example for you there is try increase your water intake. If you were just starting your diet and you started like, hey, I'm used to drinking 2 pops a day. Okay, well, let's reduce that to how about 1 pop every couple days maybe, but increasing your water intake. So try phase out the pop and increase the water intake, and try that for a week or 2. And if you can do that, and then you say to yourself, well, I can do this, and now at the end of week 2, if you've got more water and you're constantly increasing the amount of water you have every day, you've nailed that goal down. Okay, drinking more water and less pop is already a step in the right direction, but it's not a giant leap into the fitness industry. And if you could achieve a small goal like that you set out for yourself, you'll say to yourself, well, I can do this. Now, what's next? What's the next part of getting better at dieting? Okay, so now that you've increased your water intake and everything's going good, cool, let's start looking at, okay, I want to increase how many vegetables I eat in a day. Okay, so let's, instead of having 1 meal with a few carrots on one day, okay, let's try and increase that to, having vegetables every day, once a day, and then by the end of that week, you're better. And constantly set small goals like that, achieve them, and then just add that to your goals. So now you're having water every day, plus you're having vegetables. Okay, what's the next goal? Let's add that to it. And then you just slowly add more, and you achieve them as you go. And then one leaky quickie, you're in there. Problem solved. Now, when we're talking about things that you can change in your diet to move towards a healthier lifestyle, let's talk about things that certain foods that you can change to be better for you. So instead of eating, say, bread, maybe move towards eating something like quinoa or rice, because it's going to be a bit healthier for you than bread. Okay, because bread, everybody loves bread. Who are we kidding? We all love it. It's so good. But it's not that you can't make rice taste good or quinoa taste good. So something I've been doing with my client is pushing her into the direction of substituting the things that were bad for her for things that are good but still taste good. Eating 6 times a day instead of 3 times a day. But instead of having 3 massive meals, we'll have 6 smaller meals about the size of your fist. Okay? And that's going to help keep her full enough to keep going throughout the day, and it's going to keep her metabolism going. Okay? My client, she'll start with very simple a protein shake that has a little bit of oatmeal, which is very good carb for you, so it's really healthy for you. So she's got some carbohydrates there. It's going to help her stay fuller for longer. We'll put in some raspberries, so it's got a little bit of sugar in there, nothing too crazy. So just a few raspberries for some flavor. Got some ice, put some protein powder in there, and a little bit of almond milk, and you're good to go. All right. So that little shake there is healthy. It's not an egg McMuffin. It's not 300 calories, and I mean we all know you could chow at least 2 or 3 of those guys. I mean, so an egg McMuffin's out of the question. But I mean, you could have one of these little shakes and just keep you full for a little longer. Right, so that's something we would start looking into, is having a breakfast that's not massive. In general, a meal that's not massive. So if you're eating every 2 to 3 hours realistically, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're eating every 3 hours or so, that's better than eating 3 times a day. I mean, you're awake for like 18 hours in a day or 16 hours in a day, so you don't want to be eating every 5-6 hours. Reduce that to half of that. Instead of having like a heavy lunch where you go and have this massive sandwich with fries and a burger or whatever the case may be, something crazy, we would take a look at just eating something like a chicken salad. Pretty simple stuff. You're not eating like a massive meal, but you're getting some good quality foods in there. Dinner is implementing things like quinoa into like, so if you're having for lunch, you could have a chicken breast with maybe some baby spinach, some tomatoes, and throw a bit of quinoa in there, and now you've got a healthy lunch. You've got good carbs, you've got good lean protein, and you've got a source of vegetables. These are all going to be very good things for you. Also, you're going to want to implement things like avocado. Avocado is a very good fat for you. Definitely take a look at trying to focus on your main components of your meal. So make sure you got some veggies in there, make sure you got a good carbohydrate in there, and make sure you got a good source of protein. So whether it's lunch or supper, I'd really focus on making sure that your carbohydrate is going to be something like a rice or quinoa, also known as quinoa. I just say quinoa, so we'll go with quinoa or quinoa, whatever. You get where I'm going with this. But essentially, yes, I would focus on a really good carb like that. A lean protein, chicken, tuna, steak, those are pretty good forms of protein right there. As well as your vegetables. So when it comes to dinner time, don't let carbs scare you. If you're not seeing the results you want, then maybe start backing down on the carbs a bit. I'm not saying like no carbs, but you could always put in more vegetables, less carbs. You'll still get a fuller feel from your meal. You just won't have as many carbs in that meal. So we all know about cravings. So those little guys get tough. So instead of just being like, oh, I got a craving, I'm just gonna smash a pizza. Like, okay, whoa, slow down there. Let's not get stupid. So instead of just smashing a pizza, lick a spoon of the peanut butter, and if you don't like peanut butter and you're allergic to that sort of thing, just have a handful of almonds or other things like raspberries or fruit or something sweet. Make sure you get that next meal in quick, and as soon as you get that next meal in, the cravings are going to start to fall away. Really look into taking bubble gum on a day-to-day. Actually goes a long way for me because I have sugar cravings, so having sugar cravings sucks. So I'd look into just chewing bubble gum until my next meal, and it kind of just like keeps it calm, because you get that sweet taste in your mouth and you're like, okay, this is good, but you don't end up eating like an entire donut shop. Or maybe you do. But we will not talk about that. Okay, so if you guys are interested in learning a bit more, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we'll be talking a bit more in depth as the year goes on about how to help your diet and your workout regimes. Also, going to be posting more videos about working out, different types of workouts and how they're going to benefit you. Also, follow me on Craig Anthony Fitness on Instagram, and I'm going to be posting pictures and videos of what I eat on a day-to-day basis and how it helps me, and also going to start to take a peek into what to do if you got an empty fridge and how to make that work and how to make that healthy. So we'll definitely tackle that little guy, and we'll go from there. Yeah, perfect. And that's all I got. Hi, I'm Craig Anthony. Hey. Let's do that again. Good. You sure?